right, here it is, boys. Here it is. I know you've been waiting for it. I know you've been waiting for it. That's right. Donie Sullivan is back. And better than ever. We're moving on from Bravophobia to Donie Sullivan talking to the American Hogs. It's Hogwatch. It's back in a big way. That's right. Let's take a look.
Here after the violent and well-documented attack on the U.S. Capitol, some people are still deflecting blame from Donald Trump and his supporters, and instead they're embracing conspiracy theories. They are pointing fingers at Democrats and the FBI. CNN's Donie O'Sullivan is joining us now from Washington. Donie, it's pretty astounding what people believe.
Yeah, Brianna, ever since the Capitol attack, there has been an effort, a campaign to alter, to warp Americans' understandings of what really happened here in Washington on that day. And in many ways, that disinformation campaign is working. Take a look.
January 6th attack was not...
Bro, that fucking disinformation campaign worked on people that were there, okay? It started on day one. These motherfuckers literally went there, they stormed the halls, and they still said Antifa did it. Okay, what are you going to do with those people? What are you going to do with a person who literally fucking stormed the halls of Capitol, the Capitol building, who then is like, it's Antifa, brother. It's like, bitch, you were there.
Not the Republicans nor Trump. It was the Democrats were behind it all. They're the ones that caused it all.
She's right. She's absolutely right. 100% brave queen. Say it. Say it, sister. Preach it. Okay? Love you.
Do you really believe that?
I know it. And there is no way that a Republican...
Bro, you know what's funny about this? You know what this reminds me of, dude? This reminds me of whenever fucking, like, I used to back in the day bring people in to debate. And then every time I dunked on them, someone else in the chat would be like, actually, you should get a smart conservative, okay? The moment that they get fucking owned, they're like, the fucking Democrats, actually. A Republican would never do such a thing. It's because, like, they are simultaneously living in a fucking universe where, like, Republicans are always wrong, always right, and they can never do any wrong, and they're brave, and they're truth tellers, and they're patriotic. But they also have to, whenever they get fucking absolutely owned, that is not true, they're like, well, that wasn't a real Republican, that must have been a Democrat. Okay?
Would act that way, and there is no way that Trump had anything to do with what happened on January 6th.
But what about all the Trump supporters that have been charged and indicted?
Because it's all Democratic judges.
Obese YouTube star Ethan Klein criticized Joe Rogan for his health choices. The Wait, what? Resident YouTube blowhard Ethan Klein took aim at the popular podcaster and host Joe Rogan. Dude, what the fuck? Dude, these people are fucking crazy. Careful, Ethan. NGO will put you on a kill list. Can you post bodybuilding pic alongside your arguments taken seriously? Okay, I'll take out the hottest. Isn't it interesting how critiquing Joe Rogan's health seems to be an inherently left-wing position to these people? Working fighter doggo. I don't care if it's off topic. You must look. No. Can you post a picture of GigaChat saying get vaccinated to own the conservatives? I don't understand the tweet. Can you explain? Every single person is completely fucking not listening to what Ethan Klein is saying. And they basically keep saying, like, you're fat. Shut up. You're fat. What the fuck do you know about health? And it's so insane. He said nothing about, like, him being fucking fat or Joe Rogan. He only talked about Joe Rogan's health choices. As far as, like, the weird shit that Joe Rogan puts in his body. Okay? That's all he fucking said. And everyone immediately was like, imagine being fat and calling out Joe Rogan. Okay? It's like, dog, who cares what Joe Rogan's body fat percentage is? It's like, it's a very weird fucking thing to harp on, to get upset at regularly. Like, Joe Rogan has low body fat percentage, but he's still a fucking baboon when it comes to a lot of medical takes. So I feel like this tweet is, you know, explanatory, right? It just explains itself. Nah, LaMaffeo, you're just defending hypocrisy at this point. What hypocrisy, you dumb bitch? Ethan openly admits he's fucking unhealthy. Like, he openly states he's unhealthy. None of that has anything to do with what doctors are saying you should do. Like, unless, is that how you operate? Like, do you just go to the doctor's office and you're like, oh, what the fuck? My doctor's not shredded, dude. Get the fuck out of here. I'm going to do the opposite of what my doctor is saying because he's not shredded. Like, you have to literally have an ape brain. You have to be like a caveman to be like, oh yeah, Joe Rogan swole. Joe Rogan swole. He must know more about medicine than my doctor, who is not as swole as Joe Rogan. So do you look to like Dr. Mike, the hot doctor, and go, all right, he's hot. He clearly has a six pack. So, you know, just listen to him then against Joe Rogan's advice. I only hire the twinkiest of medical professionals. He knows hard work. Nerd does not. Yes, hard abs mean hard work. Also, I'm hard. Yeah, it just seems like a lot of Joe Rogan fans are like infatuated with Joe Rogan's like six pack at the age of 54, which is a profound achievement. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not one of those people that says like, oh, you took steroids, so like it's the cheat code. Like, okay, motherfucker, you take steroids, see if you get a six pack. You won't. Like, that requires a lot of work. But that is a completely separate conversation. Also, six pack doesn't automatically qualify health. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but you probably don't. Dr. Mike had a good example of fat phobia that he covered in his video and how it harmed a patient. Okay, we're not going to do that right now.
And people that were on the take from the Democrats.
It's been a year since the attack on the U.S. Capitol.
This is our capital!
And because of disinformation, denial, and diversion, Americans don't have a shared history, a shared understanding of what happened here on that day.
I think the whole reporting of it is a giant hoax. We are very peaceful people. So it was a total setup. To me, it was the FBI had set it up. I don't believe that they were Trump supporters that did that.
You said the whole thing's a setup. You don't really believe that, do you?
I do. I do. Because Trump won the election. They've proven it over and over again.
I really don't think Trump had much to do with it, and people that were supporters for him, some were involved, but I think they were enticed by the FBI and by undercover agents.
When I spoke to Trump supporters here in Washington on January 6th, most were in denial about the results of the 2020 election. Do you accept
Yeah, bro, he was there. That's pretty funny too. Like, he was there, he saw them. Like, that's the best part about like denying something that is so obviously undeniable, is that they filmed it. Like, they were there, everybody filmed it, they didn't think it was bad at the time. So now they're just like, be a man, Ethan, and challenge Rogan to a health fitness comp. See who comes out at the end of the month with better stats all around. Oh my God. Guys, this has nothing to do with like how sexy Joe Rogan looks, okay? You might think that Joe Rogan's Ninja Turtle looking body is the peak of physical fitness, okay? That's your thing. We're talking about vaccines, okay? Joe Rogan has zero fucking medical knowledge. Okay. Not only that, but he also doesn't even fucking, if you're looking for hypocrisy, Joe Rogan also doesn't necessarily listen to his own advice about staying away from, non-FDA approved shit. He literally shills supplements. Okay. I don't know what else to say about this issue. I don't know why people are just like hyper focusing on one aspect of this.
that Biden won the election?
Absolutely not. Biden did not win this election.
On January 6th, we walked with Trump supporters who marched from the White House, where Trump was doing his speech, here to the U.S. Capitol. And as we arrived here, that is when the first security barrier was breached. At the time, some Trump supporters told me they were happy with what happened here at the Capitol.
Getting worse.
Are you proud of what happened here today?
Absolutely. I think we should have gone on in and yanked our senators out by the hair of the head and drug them out and said, no more.
I'm absolutely.
Yep, that's Antifa. Straight up. Donie got him. That's Antifa. She must be Antifa. No Republican would ever say such a thing that, that the president basically also kind of said and agitated them towards. That would never. That's weird. Must be Antifa.
Absolutely stand behind 100% what happened here today. 1,000%. I think it's terrible how this election was stolen.
Federal prosecutors have charged more than 700 people in connection with the Capitol riot and repeatedly documented the rioters' support for President Trump. But some people in right-wing media have pushed the dangerous idea that it was all an FBI plot.
FBI operatives were organizing the attack on the Capitol.
There is absolutely no evidence whatsoever that this was some kind of false flag event staged by the Democrats or the FBI. What would you say to people who say January 6th was the biggest attack on American democracy since the Civil War?
Absolute rubbish.
But amid all the denial and deflection,
I mean, I personally agree that it's not the biggest attack on democracy since the Civil War, okay? I do as well. I agree with that. I do think it's rubbish. That's fucking bananas, dude. Calm the fuck down. Holy shit. Sorry, I may seem like I'm not paying too much attention to what's going on the screen, and that is because I'm certainly not downloading videos of Johnny Sins as a doctor to make a funny meme about this is the only shredded doctor I believe in, and he's saying to get the vaccine. So not what I'm doing at the moment on my phone while this video is going on.
I met one Trump supporter who said it was important to be real about what happened on that day. What do you think of the Trump supporters that stormed the Capitol?
Oh, my. You talk about misfound feelings. Seeing the folks from my side of the state that were there, and they're not.
Me and Johnny are dick twins? Yeah, okay, bro. Okay, heifer wolf. Keep it in your pants, Mormon boy.
Not the part of the campaign that we would like to have.
Do you think some Trump supporters that say it's Antifa, it's Black Lives Matter, that they know that that's bullshit, but they just don't want to admit it's easier to blame someone else?
Everyone.
Remember, I know something about everyone in this chat, okay? Yeah. Like, all of you are going to see an ad break at the top of the hour right now, unless you are subscribed. Okay? That's right. 100% of you are going to see an ad, especially if you're living in NA, unless you're subscribed at the top of the hour. The 6-second ad break is incoming. Unless you get gifted a sub, or you subscribe on your own for $5, or you subscribe for free with a Twitch Prime. I'm starving right now. I need my dad to make some food. User useless. Thank you for the 5 get the subs.
Is afraid to, you know, take the blame. It's that simple.
And, you know, I think this failure to learn from or even acknowledge what happened on January 6th, along with what we're seeing now, this sort of campaign to get election deniers, to make them election officials, it really doesn't bode well for the upcoming midterms and for future elections in this country, Brianna.